Welcome, beautiful damsels. The mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be kindled. Plutarch. The Sigma female isn't just another face in the crowd. She's a force of nature, a rare breed whose mind operates on a different frequency than most. Her brain is a labyrinth of intricate thoughts, a place where curiosity reigns, and the ordinary is challenged at every turn. In a world that often values conformity, the Sigma female stands out not because she wants to, but because she must. Her mind refuses to settle for mediocrity, constantly seeking out the extraordinary in ways that leave others both fascinated and bewildered. What makes her so different? It's not just her ability to think outside the box, it's that for her the box doesn't even exist. In the next few moments, we're going to explore the fascinating ways the Sigma female's brain is wired differently, revealing the hidden mechanisms that make her one of the most enigmatic and powerful personalities in the world. Buckle up. This is a journey into the mind of a woman who sees the world like no one else. Number 1. Rapid learning and mastery. The Sigma female isn't just quick to learn. She's the kind of person who can pick up a new skill faster than most people can decide what to have for dinner. When something piques her interest, she dives in head first, devouring information like it's her favorite snack. While others are still reading the instructions, she's already mastering the basics and moving on to the advanced stuff. It's not about showing off, it's simply how her brain works. She absorbs knowledge like a sponge, but what sets her apart is her ability to turn that raw information into real, actionable skills almost instantly. You could say that she's allergic to mediocrity. She doesn't just want to learn, she wants to excel. Whether it's a new hobby, a complex work task, or just something that catches her eye, she approaches it with a mix of curiosity and relentless determination. The moment she gets the hang of something, it's on to the next challenge. Her rapid learning isn't just impressive, it's almost like a superpower. It's as if she's got a built-in ability to shortcut the learning curve, leaving others in the dust while she's already mastering the next big thing. But here's the kicker. She makes it all look effortless. While others are sweating over the details, she's breezing through, making complex tasks seem ridiculously simple. It's not that she doesn't face challenges, but her brain is wired to tackle them head-on, often with a dash of humor and a raised eyebrow that says, "Is this all you've got?" It's no wonder she stands out. Her approach to learning is nothing short of extraordinary, and those around her can't help but be a little awestruck by how quickly she turns the unfamiliar into the familiar. Number 2. Quick thinking and pattern recognition. The Sigma female's mind is like a high-speed processor with a built-in algorithm for spotting patterns and making connections. While others are still trying to figure out what's going on, she's already pieced together the puzzle and is 3 steps ahead. Her brain is constantly scanning for clues, picking up on details that most people miss, and synthesizing them into a clear, actionable plan. It's not magic. It's just how she's wired. She doesn't need to overthink or analyze endlessly. This quick thinking isn't just about being smart, it's about being sharp. Whether it's a casual conversation, a work challenge, or a social situation, she instinctively knows what's going on beneath the surface. Her mind works at such a fast pace that it can seem like she's operating on a different wavelength. People around her often find themselves playing catch-up, trying to keep up with her mental leaps and bounds. But while they're scrambling to connect the dots, she's already on to the next thing, casually leaving a trail of insights in her wake. What's particularly intriguing is how effortless she makes it all look. There's no need for dramatic pauses or deep contemplation. Her brain is like a well-oiled machine, always ready to spring into action. She can see patterns in chaos, recognize trends before they become obvious, and connect seemingly unrelated ideas in ways that leave others scratching their heads. And let's be honest, it can be a little intimidating for those who aren't wired the same way. But for her, it's just another day of processing the world at warp speed with a smirk that says, "Keep up if you can." Number 3. Composure under stress. When the pressure's on and everyone around her is freaking out, the Sigma female is the one who stays as cool as a cucumber in a freezer. Stress, chaos, deadlines, none of it seems to rattle her. It's like her brain has a built-in override switch that kicks in when things start to go haywire. While others are spiraling into panic mode, She's calmly assessing the situation, figuring out the best course of action, and getting things done without breaking a sweat. Her secret? It's not that she doesn't feel stress, it's that she processes it differently. Her mind zeroes in on what actually matters, filtering out the noise and distractions. She's not one to get caught up in the drama or let her emotions take the wheel. Instead, she channels all that energy into clear, focused thinking. It's almost like she has a Zen master living in her head, reminding her to breathe, keep it together, and not let the situation control her. What's even more fascinating is how this composure under pressure often surprises those around her. People might expect her to crack, to show some sign of stress, but she doesn't give them that satisfaction. Instead, she handles the toughest situations with a calm, almost eerie level of control, as if she's been training for moments like these her whole life. And let's be honest, she probably has. After all, when your mind is wired to see solutions instead of problems, stress isn't something to fear. It's just another challenge to master, with maybe a little side-eye to those who thought she'd lose her cool. Number 4, inherent uniqueness and early. From the very beginning, the Sigma female has always been a bit of an enigma. Even as a child, she didn't quite fit into the usual molds. While other kids were content following the crowd, she was the one questioning why the crowd was heading that way in the first place. Her inherent uniqueness wasn't something she developed over time. It was there from the start, a built-in feature of her wiring that set her apart without her even trying. This early individuality often made her feel like an outsider, but it was also her greatest strength. She wasn't interested in conforming just to make others comfortable. Instead, she was busy exploring her own path, even if it meant walking it alone. Her mind has always been tuned to a different frequency, one that allowed her to see things differently and approach life with a perspective that others simply couldn't grasp. It wasn't about being rebellious or difficult, it was about an inner drive to stay true to herself, no matter how much it set her apart. As she grew older, this uniqueness only became more pronounced. While others struggled with identity crises and peer pressure, she was quietly carving out her own identity, confident in who she was and where she was headed. Sure, it wasn't always easy being the odd one out, but she learned to embrace it, knowing that her differences were exactly what made her strong. And that quiet self-assurance, it became her armor, shielding her from the noise of the world that constantly tried to tell her who she should be. Her early signs of being different weren't just quirks. They were the first indicators of a mind that would refuse to settle for the ordinary. She didn't just think outside the box. She questioned why the box existed in the first place. And while this inherent uniqueness might have been isolating at times, it also set her on a path of self-discovery and self-mastery that made her the unstoppable force she is today. If you're looking for someone who's unafraid to challenge the status quo and stand alone in her truth, the Sigma female is it, and she's been that way from day one. Number 5, relentless ambition and motivation. The Sigma female's ambition isn't just a fleeting desire to get ahead, it's a relentless drive that feels more like a fire in her soul. She's not content with just getting by or doing what's expected. She's fueled by an internal need to push boundaries, break barriers, and redefine what's possible. And here's the thing, her motivation doesn't come from external rewards like praise or recognition. No, it's something deeper, something that makes her get up every morning with the determination to conquer whatever challenges come her way. She doesn't just set goals, she obliterates them. While others are busy daydreaming about success, she's already mapped out a plan and is halfway through executing it. This isn't about being aggressive or overly competitive. It's about having an almost obsessive commitment to growth and self-improvement. Her ambition is personal. She's not trying to prove anything to anyone but herself. It's like she's in a constant race with her own potential, always striving to outdo her last achievement. But what makes her truly extraordinary is the way she handles setbacks. Where others might see failure as a sign to quit, she sees it as just another obstacle to overcome. Her motivation doesn't waver in the face of difficulty. If anything, it gets stronger. Challenges are simply part of the process, and she faces them head-on, with a quiet resilience that's both inspiring and a little bit intimidating. Her ambition is relentless, but it's also thoughtful. She's not rushing through life blindly chasing success. She's carefully crafting her path, making sure that every step forward is a step towards something meaningful. And while some people might wonder how she keeps going, the truth is, she couldn't stop if she wanted to. It's not in her DNA to settle or to slow down. Her ambition is a force of nature, propelling her forward with a sense of purpose that's unshakable. So while others might take breaks or look for shortcuts, the Sigma female keeps moving, driven by an inner fire that never goes out. And honestly, trying to keep up with her? Good luck. She's in a league of her own, and she's not slowing down for anyone. Number 6. The quiet confidence of self-mastery. The Sigma female doesn't need to shout her achievements from the rooftops. Her confidence is a quiet, unshakable thing, built on the foundation of self-mastery. She doesn't walk into a room trying to prove herself because she already knows her worth. It's this calm assurance that makes her stand out, even when she's not trying to. While others might feel the need to constantly seek validation, she's content in knowing that she's got it all handled. And let's be honest, that level of self-assurance can be a little bit intimidating to those who haven't figured themselves out yet. Her confidence isn't about being flashy or arrogant. It's about being solid. She's spent years honing her skills, developing her strengths, and understanding her weaknesses. She knows exactly what she's capable of, and that knowledge gives her a level of calm that's rare. There's no need for her to puff up her chest or make grand gestures. She lets her actions speak for themselves. And when she does speak, people listen, not because she demands it, but because her words carry the weight of someone who truly knows what she's talking about. What's particularly fascinating is how this quiet confidence can catch people off guard. They might mistake her calm demeanor for disinterest or underestimate her because she doesn't make a lot of noise. But the moment they see her in action, it's clear that she's operating on a different level. She's not out to impress anyone. She's too busy perfecting her craft and living her truth. And that, in itself, is more impressive than any loud proclamation or showy display could ever be. In a world full of people trying to outdo each other, the Sigma female's confidence is a breath of fresh air. It's not rooted in what others think of her, but in what she knows she can do. She doesn't need to chase after approval or recognition. She knows it will come naturally, if and when it matters. And if it doesn't, that's fine too. She's mastered herself, and that's more than enough. So while others are busy seeking the spotlight, she's quietly going about her business, achieving greatness on her own terms, with a serene confidence that leaves a lasting impression on everyone she meets. Number 7. Extreme curiosity. Curiosity might have killed the cat, but for the Sigma female, it's what keeps her alive. Her mind is like a relentless detective, always on the hunt for new information, new perspectives, and new ways to understand the world. She's not satisfied with surface-level explanations or easy answers. She digs deeper, questions everything, and won't rest until she gets to the bottom of whatever's piqued her interest. This isn't just a passing fancy. It's a way of life. Her curiosity drives her to explore, learn, and grow in ways that most people can't even imagine. What sets her apart is that her curiosity isn't just about gaining knowledge, it's about connecting the dots in unexpected ways. She's the kind of person who'll start researching one thing and end up down a rabbit hole, piecing together ideas from completely different fields, all while making sense of things that seem totally unrelated. It's this insatiable need to understand the why and the how that makes her mind so fascinating. While others are content with what they already know, she's always chasing the next mystery, the next challenge, the next big question. Her curiosity isn't just intellectual, it's personal. She wants to understand people, relationships, cultures, anything that adds layers to her understanding of the human experience. This makes her a great conversationalist, always asking the questions that make you stop and think, and often leading discussions into territories that others might never have considered. She's genuinely interested in what makes people tick, what drives them, and how different elements of life connect in ways that aren't immediately obvious. And let's not forget, her curiosity can also make her a bit unpredictable, in the best possible way. You never know what she's going to dive into next or where her interests will take her. One day, she's reading up on quantum physics, and the next, she's knee-deep in ancient philosophy. But that's what makes her so captivating. Her mind is always on, always hungry for more, and always ready to explore new frontiers. In a world where so many people are content to accept things as they are, the Sigma female's curiosity is a breath of fresh air. It keeps her engaged, evolving, and always ahead of the curve. And honestly, it's hard not to be drawn in by someone who's so genuinely excited by the endless possibilities life has to offer. Number 8. A constant need for mental stimulation. For the Sigma female, boredom is her arch nemesis. She's wired to constantly seek out new challenges, ideas, and experiences because the idea of being mentally stagnant is, quite frankly, unbearable to her. Her mind craves stimulation like it's oxygen, and she'll go to great lengths to keep it fed. This isn't about being restless or easily distracted. It's about a deep-seated need to keep her brain engaged and firing on all cylinders. She's the type who's always juggling multiple interests, whether it's picking up a new language, diving into a complex book, or even teaching herself a new skill just for the thrill of it. She's never satisfied with the status quo because, to her, there's always more to learn, more to explore, more to master. And the best part, she genuinely enjoys the process. For her, it's not just about reaching a destination. It's about the journey of discovery, the thrill of piecing together new information, and the satisfaction of pushing her mental boundaries further and further. But this constant need for stimulation can make her a bit of a challenge to keep up with. She's not the kind of person who's going to be content with the same old routine day in and day out. If you're trying to hold her attention, you'd better be prepared to bring something new and interesting to the table, because once her mind starts to wander, she's already on to the next thing. And while that might make her seem elusive or hard to pin down, it's also what makes her so fascinating. You never quite know where her thoughts will take her next, and that unpredictability is part of her charm. Her need for mental stimulation isn't just about entertainment. It's a driving force behind her success. It pushes her to constantly improve, to innovate, and to think outside the box in ways that others might not even consider. She's always looking for the next big idea, the next challenge to conquer, and the next frontier to explore. And because she's never satisfied with just coasting through life, she ends up achieving things that leave others in awe. So while some people might be content to kick back and relax, the Sigma female is out there chasing the next mental adventure, pushing herself to new heights, and keeping her mind sharp as a tack. And let's be real, trying to keep up with her is like trying to keep up with a whirlwind. But if you can manage it, you're in for one hell of a ride. In a world that often values conformity over creativity and routine over exploration, the Sigma female stands out as a beacon of exceptional brilliance. Her mind, wired for rapid learning and deep curiosity, constantly seeks to push boundaries and uncover hidden truths. Her ability to stay composed under pressure and her relentless drive for self-mastery are not just traits. They are the very essence of her unique psychological makeup. As she navigates through life with quiet confidence and an insatiable thirst for mental stimulation, she not only redefines what it means to be extraordinary, but also sets a standard for those around her. The Sigma female's mind isn't just different. It's a testament to what happens when intellect meets resilience and curiosity meets achievement. In her world, the extraordinary isn't the exception, it's the norm. Damsels, if you enjoyed diving into the unique traits of the Sigma female brain, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more fascinating content that delves into what makes extraordinary individuals tick. Your support helps us bring you even more in-depth insights and intriguing discussions. Don't miss out. Subscribe now and join our journey into the world of exceptional minds. Take care and bye for now.